Hello everyone, welcome to this next YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about the angles of your head, whether that tilts to the right or to the left, and how that can affect your putting stroke and dictate your perception also. Let's get into the video. So when we're taking our putting stroke and our stance, it's really important to make sure when we take our posture, our head is exactly down the line, okay? When we're talking about head angles, we're talking about a tilt to the right or a tilt to the left. And it's really important to ensure we aren't tilted either way. Reason for that is when you're tilted either left or right, that can affect firstly your path, which can then affect your face angle. Not only that, your perception is also going to be skewed as well. So when our head is tilted to the right, so our right ear is going into our right shoulder, this can affect our stroke in many ways. Because when I do this, my shoulders want to open up, my right shoulder wants to drop back. And from the angle of my eyes, it's now much easier for me to swing on an in to out path, which can open the face also. Not only that, when we have a line down on our ball and we tilt to the right, that line on the ball is going to look like it's going off to the right because our eye line is now running this way. So we're always going to swing across our eye line and our shoulder line. And when we tilt our head this way, it's going to be much easier for us to sort of slip into that pocket there. So you guys that miss right or have sort of a push shot, face open and stuff, definitely check that your head isn't tilted into your right ear, okay, or your right ear isn't tilted into your right shoulder, because that is going to cause a right aim bias, a right path bias, and a right face bias. Vice versa, if we sit up and we tuck our left ear into our left shoulder, like so, that's now going to cause the line on the ball to look like it's going left of the target. Not only that, it opens our shoulders to the target, it gets our left shoulder dropped back, which then from there can dictate our hands to travel on an out to in path, which then again can close the face. Now, when we have our head tilted right or left, you can then manipulate other parts of your stroke. For example, if you're a player that has their head tilted to the right, you might have that sort of feel that you're going to push it, so you could then change your path and actually swing on an out to in path. Vice versa, if you have your head tilted to the left and you feel like you're going to miss it left because you're naturally set up to pull it, you might then alter your path and go more into out. So there's a few different sort of changes that you may have to make to yourself to compensate for your head not being completely square. So in order to check this, we're going to use a mirror, and I'm going to jump into that now so I can show you exactly how you can measure keeping your head exactly down the line. Let's jump into that. Cool, so firstly, I want you to play around. Before we jump in to the mirror stuff, I've got a ball lined up straight on my target line, okay? So if you don't have a mirror, just try this for me. Set up a ball straight at your target line. Use the line on the ball or draw a line. I definitely recommend drawing a line just to make it longer and a bit more sort of clear to you. Take your setup, and what I want you to do is play around with tilting your head to the right and to the left. When you tilt your head in right, this is obviously for a right-handed player, notice that now that line is actually looking like it's missing right of the hole. And notice as well, really exaggerate it, tilting your head to the left, and then focus on the line, and you should see the line move to the left also. Because now my eye line's going to the left, and that line now looks like it's going left on my target line, because I'm having to look up this way. Vice versa, when I drop it into my right shoulder, I'm almost having to look sort of across that line, and now that line looks like it's going right of the target. So just try that and experiment with playing around with your head tilt and sort of try and find that fixed position right in the center where that line on the ball looks like it's going straight at the hole. So I feel pretty happy there now. So another way that you can check if your head is tilting to the left or to the right is by obviously using a mirror. So I want to get you to take your setup over the ball, and what should happen is your left eye should be directly over the ball. So your right eye should be sitting on the line somewhere in the middle of the mirror, just right of the ball. When my head is dead center, this is going to be the case. But when I tilt my head too much to the right, my right eye will come off the center line and actually sit just below it. When I tilt my head to the left, my left eye is going to come off the ball and it's going to come just below the ball and probably a little bit ahead of the ball as well. So we're sort of moving, say if these are our eyes here, we're moving lower like that when we tilt our head to the right, and then we're moving lower again with our left eye when we tilt our head to the left. So when we tilt our head to the right, our right eye moves. When we tilt our head to the left, our left eye moves. And that can obviously change your perception in terms of where you think the line of the ball's going and where you think you're actually aiming yourself, which is then going to dictate your stroke. So if you can get your hands on a mirror, I'd recommend trying that and measuring that, because it's something that you can actually change yourself. If you don't have a mirror, then definitely get some lines drawn around your balls and make sure that when you set up to it, that line looks like it's going straight at your target line. If it looks like it's going straight at your target line, then you should assume that your eyes are more over the ball and your head is going to be pretty central. Give them 2 drills a go. Any questions, just drop a comment in the comment section below. I'm going to be rolling videos out like these weekly. So any more suggestions on videos or any tips you want me to sort of cover, again, drop a comment in the comment section below and I will get back to you. If you could like, subscribe, that will really help the channel out. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys soon.